Hi everyone, Nadine here. Thought it was time to bring some attention to much of the conversation of the day and the week and the month, and much of that has to do with multiculturalism and our mass immigration that is happening here in Canada, which has happened in other countries such as the UK, Great Britain, and Germany and France, and the problems that we are seeing there that we are now starting to see here. Interestingly enough, in 2018, when I got involved with the People's Party of Canada and Maxime Bernier, it was an issue that was brought forward then as a potential problem. We saw issues and concerns bringing mass numbers of people into our country who didn't particularly share maybe the same values, the fact that we weren't integrating people into our society, and of course, issues economically. We did not have necessarily the infrastructure, the healthcare, the education, and now as we're seeing with homes, affordability issues. We don't have enough homes to put the people that are already in the country into proper accommodation, and we have a Liberal government that's continually insisting on bringing in more and more people. More and more people who there's no jobs for, more and more people there's no homes for, more and more people where these just create problems, especially when they are young, capable and able men and women. What do they do when they get here? Being on social assistance and social service programs is not the answer. It's a little bit shameful to me that you can come here as an immigrant from another country and you're making more money, put up in a hotel and given food vouchers and treated like kings and queens, and we can't take care of our own military, we can't take care of our own seniors, we can't, address healthcare issues and wait lines. Something's got to change, something's got to give. But as somebody who pounded the pavement in 2018, 2019, and brought this forward as an issue and literally had a country, a huge number of people who just refused to even entertain that this was a problem. I was called racist, and now we're beginning to see the consequences of the policies, and people are beginning to open their eyes. So this is not about criticism and it's not about blame, but is it about the Conservative Party of Canada, which I suspect will be the next government in this country? Where are they on this issue? I'm hearing promises behind closed doors that, we've got to get into government before we can make change. Promises which we have heard all too often, and a promise that was actually delivered by the UK government years ago. And of course, what we see is these governments get into power and they do absolutely nothing. If you are not willing to publicly come out and state where you stand on an issue, then you are not going to do something about it when you are in government. It is as simple as that. These are important issues to all Canadians. And by all Canadians, that includes all our immigrant Canadians who came here from other countries through legal means, who have contributed to this country, who have contributed to this province of Alberta, our doctors, lawyers, whether they're taxi drivers or taking out the garbage, or whether they're politicians, it's absolutely irrelevant. What is relevant is that we take care of the people that are already here. And we have major issues that need to be resolved. Multiculturalism, and I'm not talking about having a multicultural society where we have people from different societies with different beliefs and different backgrounds and different colors. That's the diversity. That is the beauty of Canada. What I'm talking about is multiculturalism, where you get a group of people coming from different backgrounds, different beliefs that refuse to integrate into the Western value system, into our society, that bring a lot of baggage, is what we're seeing right now, coming from very strong Islamic countries that just are hanging on to old beliefs. And we're seeing statements now coming out against the Jewish people, which are completely unacceptable. And terrorist organizations, people that are throwing all their weight and support behind terrorist organizations such as Hamas. This is the issue that we have with multiculturalism, is it's intolerant. And we in Western society are a culture of tolerance. And that's the beauty of diversity. That's the beauty of multiculture. But multiculturalism is not working, and it needs to stop. We need to acknowledge the problems. We need to make amends, and we have to start reversing. The first step to reversing what's going on in this country right now is to stop the mass immigration into the country. We need to know who is coming into our country. We need to know why they're coming into our country, and the numbers need to be restricted, and we need to allow our infrastructure, our education, our housing, our school systems, our healthcare, all of these systems to catch up with the massive numbers of people that we've let into the country thus far. So here's some of my thoughts today as you're starting to see people like Spencer Fernando, for example, who are talking out about multiculturalism and the liberals and mass immigration. But the problem I have with some of these, conservative media outlets is they are still failing to recognize the fact that no conservative party other than the People's Party of Canada has acknowledged this is a problem and has proposed solutions to stop it. It's not just the Liberal government, it's not just the NDP, our own Conservative Party of Canada here, CPC, Pierre Poilievre, they are still talking about mass immigration. That is a problem and it needs to be rectified. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, do share, press the bell for future notifications, and we will talk again soon.